Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about why I've kind of been struggling with my makeup no-buy lately. Now, my no-buy has been kind of all I've talked about on YouTube because it has really defined my relationship with makeup over the past couple of years. But if you are new here, I have been on a makeup no-buy for over 2 years now. It hasn't been extremely strict, so there have been some new products that I brought into my collection, but for the most part, my consumption habits have been non-existent. So makeup leaves my collection, but it doesn't really come back in. So I want to make it clear that I have had a very good time, an enjoyable time being on a makeup no-buy, and in fact I think I've done better than most people. I think most people aren't able to stick to a no-buy for as long as I have. Usually they'll do it for a couple months or a year, and it's only because I've actually enjoyed the no-buy that I have been willing, able to, and interested in continuing it. But I still want to be honest and talk about what hasn't been going well. I don't want to make it seem like it's this super easy thing that everyone can do, and like if you're not able to stick to it for a year, then you failed and you're doing it wrong or something like that, because obviously everyone has a different relationship with makeup. Everyone has different goals with their makeup collection. I empower you to do your own thing, and if I help you, then that's great, but also don't feel like you should be doing a no-buy for 3 years just because that's what I'm doing. So I just want to give that little background first, and then also say that most of my videos regarding no-buys have been positive. I've talked about why you should do one, how to get started on one, what I've learned from my makeup no-buy, like lessons, that kind of thing. But I also did a video about what people don't tell you about your makeup no-buy, where I talked about the downsides or what you should anticipate, which I didn't know going into it, because again, like, I want to be honest. I want to tell you about my experience so that you know more than I did going in, because I didn't really know what I was in for when I went into it, and I actually did a video about that recently, so you can watch that. I am also going to be doing a video about the downsides of a makeup no-buy, but that's for another video. In this video, I just want to talk about the specific struggles that I've been having with my no-buy these past couple of weeks. That's enough background. Now you know my relationship with makeup and with my no-buy, so let's talk about what specifically has changed lately that's made me kind of struggle with it. The first one, and this is the reason why I started thinking about all of the issues I'm having right now, I have gotten down to my last few items in a couple of categories. And these are kind of important categories. So the first is foundation. I only have 2 foundations left in my collection, and the second is concealer. I'm on my last concealer. So I'm not quite at the point where I need new items. Like if it's a replacement no-buy, I'm not at the point where I need to replace my concealer or my foundation. I still have some product, so I don't really have an excuse to go and buy new ones. But having so few of these items has really confined me. All 3 of these items are high coverage. So both foundations and the concealer, they're all very, very high coverage. Maybe if the concealer was high coverage, but the foundations were both low coverage, then it would have worked better. But because they're all high coverage, this is really not ideal. And when I have no makeup days or like lighter makeup days, I can't, like I'm not gonna wear concealer or foundation, because then all of a sudden it's like this whole thing, I'm doing like a whole face. So it's either like no face makeup or whole thing. There's not really an in-between that I have. So essentially it means that I don't have enough variety in these categories. So that's the main thing that I'm struggling with. And I will also say that one of those 2 foundations I really don't like. It's the Tarte one. It's in my Shop My Stash, my project pan. I'm just trying to force myself to use it. Not liking all of the products is also a problem. The concealer, like I'm trying out different ways to use these products, because maybe I'll find a method that I like better. Right now what I'm doing is using the foundation with a brush, but like a very, very light hand, and I'll just sort of do it on the outsides of my face, because the foundation it's too dark to be my color, which is the main issue I have with it. And the concealer I'll put on with my fingers in like sort of the center of my face and under my eyes, and then I'll pat it in with a sponge, and that has actually been working a lot better. Like in today's video, I don't think you can tell that there is any problem, but also the camera kind of smooths everything out, so you can't ever tell what my skin's really looking like. I'll do a close-up in case that's helpful, but I still think it's gonna make my skin look pretty flawless. Maybe I can insert some actual pictures. So anyways, that's the main issue I have. Let's move on to the next one. I've talked about that too long. So this is kind of related to that point, and it is that I now know what I like in makeup, what I look for in makeup, but I can't act on that. I can't buy any new products. So that concealer, I used to love it, but now I don't think I like as high coverage concealer or foundation anymore. And so I don't love it anymore, but because I'm on a no-buy, I can't just go out and buy another concealer. This is the same in other categories too, so I've realized I don't like cream blushes anymore. I used to love them. I had a lot of cream blushes. Now I just don't like the texture or consistency anymore, and I just find it more fun to put on a powder blush, to be honest. In the future, I think I will just buy powder blushes, but I have all of these cream blushes that I feel like I have to work through. Lips, I have so many hot pink lipsticks. This has been a theme in previous videos, and I really don't like the color pink on my lips anymore. Like a lighter pink is okay. So for example, this one here, this is in my Shop My Stash right now. This color works on my skin tone, but a brighter pink. So for example, this one here, not at all. I've had to declutter quite a few hot pinks, and I'm just trying to like work through other ones. So now I know what I like, but I can't act on it. And another issue that I'm having with the makeup I'm currently using is that there are very, very few items that I would repurchase from what I'm currently using. If you've seen any of my empties videos, you will notice that this is a pretty common theme. I'll be like, so I finished this and I didn't like it. I panned this product and I'm so glad it's out of my collection. Like that kind of thing. Most of the time I'm not saying I was sad to finish this, I'm going to be sad to see it go. Most of the time I'm saying I'm so glad that I don't have this sticking around anymore. Basically what that says is that I'm not enjoying a lot of the products that I'm currently using, which kind of sucks. I think because I enjoy some of the products that I'm using, I'm able to like make it work. Like for example, I don't enjoy my foundation or concealer, but I'm still having fun with eyeshadow and mascara. You know, I'm not like dreading putting my makeup on in the morning or anything. I make it work because I have those items that I like a lot better. And it's kind of interesting because some of the things that I'm currently using are repurchases. So I clearly used to love them, but going back to my prior point, the items that I like now has changed. What I want out of makeup has changed. That concealer is a repurchase. I used to love it, and now I just don't want such a high coverage concealer. Hopefully at some point in the future when I'm talking about my empties, I will get to a point where I'm like, I enjoyed using this and I would repurchase it again, because I'm not at that point and none of my videos reflect that kind of mentality. Okay, and the last struggle I'm having with being on this makeup no-buy is just sort of like long-term thinking, and also has to do with YouTube. And it's that I've situated myself into this niche of makeup no-buy within the beauty community on YouTube. This is what people watch my content for. I am so happy that so many people get inspired and go on their makeup no-buys because of that, but a makeup no-buy can't continue indefinitely. At some point I will have to buy new products. When I finish those foundations, I'm going to need a new foundation. So I can't continue indefinitely doing content about makeup no-buys, because at some point I'm going to have to quit this makeup no-buy. And it sort of worries me because like, what kind of content will I do then? When I've done content that's still about makeup but not no-buy and not panning, get ready with me's or new products that I'm trying, that kind of thing, doesn't get as good views because that's not what people watch me for. I know Hannah Louise Poston, I expect she kind of had to do this because she was on a makeup no-buy. That's how she started her channel, and she has gradually turned away from that kind of content. She did it very gracefully and she's retained her audience and grown even bigger. So I think I just need to figure out how to do this, or I need to very slowly pivot, maybe go to like low buy content in the future, because I never want to be at the point that I was before where I was like buying a new mascara every month or two. So I think maybe I'll always want to be on a low buy. I'll always want to be a conscious consumer. So maybe I can transition over to that kind of content, but I don't know. I'm not really sure what to do about that. But yeah, that is it. Those are all the struggles that I could currently think of, although I'm sure there's probably more. Again, I do just want to be honest about my experience so you don't feel bad about not being successful with your no-buy, or, you know, feel bad that you're having difficulties with it, because I am too. and that's fine. I think it's better if I like acknowledge the issues that I'm having with it, maybe create a discussion about it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember that I will have a video about the downsides of a makeup no buy, because I think that that is important too, and I haven't been talking enough about, you know, the not so happy-go-lucky parts of a makeup no buy, because it's not all super easy for everyone. Actually, one fun thing I did want to mention, I discovered a song that I made in undergrad that was for this like music composition course. I thought I wanted to write film scores when I was older, so that's what I was studying in undergrad. Turns out I'm terrible at it. But anyways, I was in this composition course and I found the song that I created for it. It was just created in Logic, like I didn't record anything, so it's all electronic sounds. That's what I played for this video. You probably couldn't hear because I keep it very, very quiet, but I'll play a little clip right here. Isn't it fantastic? Anyways, I thought that would be kind of fun to include. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you're currently on a makeup no buy, if you're struggling with it, I would love to hear. You can follow me on Instagram below, though I don't post much makeup content. I do have a podcast where I talk about film because that is a large part of my life. And that's gonna be it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.